Yeah, yeah, there needs to be a good balance, right?
Oh!
If you like... Ah.
So what I've been doing is going through Caps' games in the G2 vs Mad series, and this could be useful for you, right? Because you play against him on
Yeah,
Saturday.
what did you analyze?
So I watched his Lucian and Tristana game. I was gonna watch his Orianna game, but I thought I'd wait for you. If you're down to watch his Orianna vs Viktor game.
Yeah, sure.
Orianna vs Viktor, talk to me. How does this matchup normally go, do you think?
I mean, I'd rather play Orianna for sure.
Okay.
I think Viktor can like win early Viktor is usually pretty strong early levels because his Q. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
It has like so much threat with Q. And
So
then
you'd
when he
rather
gets
be
2
Orianna.
points in E level 3, he's pretty strong. But I feel like after first base, Orianna should usually win.
Orianna, so Orianna wins this lane normally, right?
I think so, yeah. But I mean, it can always Viktor can always win. I think like if he chunks Orianna slowly down with ease. But I mean, after first base, I feel like Orianna should win, yeah, and you should have pressure.
Okay, and why do they start Dark Seal refillable, both of them? Is that the thing? Is that the tech?
They love doing it, yeah. These two boys.
Oh, so you don't
I mean,
like
it's pretty
it?
good. It's pretty. I mean, this item is. I'm doing it a bit, but I'm not that sure about it yet. I mean, refillable is super good to have early, right? Because when you base, you don't need to buy pulse or anything. You have refillable already. And Dark Seal is like a really broken item, but I'm not sure yet. Like when it's better.
So normally
because
Doran's
obviously
ring,
you
corrupting
lack
pot.
something. Let's say you go Doran's ring. Instead, you have like 580, 5 more damage on minions. You have mana sustain and more health. At the same time, usually these two boys are farming and TPing back anyway, right? So and then it's like way better to have refillable because you're not buying pot. How's Caps playing?
Pretty good. I mean, I think that the way he uses pressure, he obviously just instead of like punishing is like if enemy mid takes a bad trade or if he keeps him on the tower, he never really punishes him to the point where he has to base. He just kind of roams top or roams bot, right? But that's only 80 carries. I think it's a lot harder to do that on mages, right? When he plays like Lucian and gets a good wave, he just runs top, or Tristana does the same. But on Orianna, it's a bit more difficult, especially early, right?
Yeah, I mean for sure, yeah.
So Cap started E on Orianna. It's weird because he didn't E the first Q. Is that a tech? So when Viktor Q autos you, you just E yourself, I guess is what he's gonna do?
I mean, it's good start E, yeah.
It's good start E on Orianna, because I guess you can't really win the trades
I mean,
level 1 anymore,
that's what I said. Viktor Q level 1 is pretty annoying, right? You can start Q. I was watching Rookie play this matchup and he started Q and he was playing really, really well around the Viktor Qs. But
yeah, just outranging him?
Yeah, kinda.
So what he does is he gets level... He knows Viktor gets level 2, then he sidesteps back to dodge his E, and then he autos the creep, levels up his Q, and before the range minions can hit this creep right here, he Qs. Really smart micro there. So it looks like
it's how I expect, yeah, that Viktor should get pushed early.
Yeah. Is that just because his level 1 is stronger, right?
Yeah.
Is it worth putting 2 points in Q ever in Orianna? I remember when I used to play mid a long time ago, 2 points in Q instead of skipping
sure, yeah.
W is better, right? Because W is a lot of mana. Okay, it doesn't do it.
It's so much mana, yeah.
Yeah, W is
and 2 points in Q is very good, yeah. Especially he has Dark Seal, right? So he kind of has no mana sustain besides Biscuit.
Someone in chat's asking why both mid laners went Scorch. Is that a thing?
It's definitely a thing, yeah. I mean, usually people go Scorch.
What do you have in that tree? Scorch, Gathering Storm,
I mean, either you go Gathering Storm or you Scorch, right? Otherwise it's Water Walking, but you're not really roaming that much anyway as Viktor or Orianna. It's only kind of Ryze that's going Water Walking, I think.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like Orianna shouldn't go Scorch. Won't really help her that much, I think. But both are really fine. I'm not sure myself.
So
yeah, and this is like the nice thing with refillable, right? Because you base and you can spray Doran's ring and you have refillable already. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting 1 high golden pots, and then because you always want refillable anyway.
And now Caps' goal, right? Because Humanoid TP'd back, is just trade as aggressively as possible and try to get as much gold as he can before he bases to get a small item advantage.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he wants to do, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So Humanoid roams for a play, so it's best for him to fast push. And now Caps could just base now, I guess.
It's very nice for Caps.
Really good base timing. I mean, he might get cancelled, but this is probably the best timing he can get. Humanoid should cancel him.
He'll get cancelled, no?
Oh, he cancelled himself.
I think he'll get cancelled anyway by Viktor E. So I mean, there's like no way someone dies, right, or anything.
But level 6 Orianna...
But when Orianna gets 6, then there's actually pressure, yeah.
Yeah. So do you think Humanoid and Caps are just playing this lane as it should be right now?
Kinda, yeah.
Or none of them made a mistake yet, I suppose.
I mean, I think Humanoid probably got a big chunk here the past 20 seconds, but it's fine. He just wants to base anyway, I think.
So do you think Cap should have based here when Humanoid? Because like the information you're working with here, is it better for just Caps to just recall now in this push?
Ah, for sure should push it. If bases now, he looks like 3 meles, no? At least, maybe on a cannon.
Okay, so making sure that even if it's cannon wave, just making sure it's pushed in if the enemy mid's based. So for example, he guesses Viktor base before he shows here. And now when he shows, I guess it's better for him to stay as well, even more, no?
Yeah. I think he has a biscuit as well, no? In the inventories.
I think he just used it. Yeah, he just used it.
This is nice for him, right? It's very nice for him.
So Humanoid made a mistake by not basing, I suppose?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I would have based. And now he gets Dove, no? I remember this. I think he got Dove now.
Yeah, so he was recalling, I think, but he cancelled it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have recalled for sure.
Yeah, definitely recall. And then Caps calls jungle to dive.
Sure what happened now. Because Hecarim is also coming, I think. But because Hecarim is too far away.
Doesn't it look weird what Caps just did there? It feels like he almost looks... I don't know if it's just me, but it looks weird what his movement is.
Yeah, but he's just shitting around, waiting for his...
Yeah. Waiting for his jungle gap. Okay, well he gets the kill. Waiting W for Jankos not to trade 1-for-1. Yeah, could be.
And this is a stomp really. Like when I watched this and I said Viktor is completely fucked now. That's what I said when I was watching this game. Which is kinda true. He's really behind in XP as well, I think, and Orianna got a kill.
Yeah, he's a level
looks
down.
Really rough. And this matchup as well, I mean, if he goes behind, I feel like Orianna will do what she wants.
Let's say it's the other way around. Let's say Victor's the one who's ahead. Is it just as bad as if Orianna's the one who's ahead?
I feel like it's worse when Orianna's ahead.
Okay.
I feel like she can have more like kill pressure and so on.
Yeah, so this matchup's more snowbally for Orianna.
I think so, yeah.
Orianna
can like abuse a bit harder because she has like ult and everything, but Viktor will just like slowly chunk down with E, I guess, if he's winning.
Yeah, it just chunks him out and he has to take bad bases, but he can never really die, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Think that the Merc Treads is a good buy into their comp? First item?
Okay, I mean, this is fine. This is good base, yeah. Yes, like, just for... I mean, if it had lost chapter, that would be broken, right? But it isn't, so...
Yeah, so
it's
boots...
a good buy, I think. I mean, it's not really worth to go sorcerer shoes either, like, because they have a Kali, so enemies for sure going out of MR anyway.
So now Cap still has flash, Humanoid flashes down for a while. So he can play this lane as aggressive as he wants, right? He has full vision everywhere.
It's pretty cool
so now is your goal as Orianna to push in the waves and chunk the Victor, or is it to push in the waves and help your team?
And that depends if you have something to do on the map, right? I think right now they're looking to invade blue, but I think it didn't work out. I mean, if you have something to roam for, like if you can dive bot or invade jungle or something, you should always roam, right? Otherwise you can try to abuse.
So he wants to keep midwave pushed in all game, right? Make sure the Victor can't move. Think
and denying Victor blue is like really big. I'm not sure if they managed to do it.
No, they didn't.
They didn't? That's pretty sad, but yeah.
Think
it's very
Caps
big to deny him blue.
Drop midwave here and just fight for the blue? Or what do you think is more worth right now? If you're Caps?
If you can get cannon, it's better. I feel like he should push mid, yeah.
So catch this wave, push next wave and just base. It's better than just denying
blue? Yeah, I think so. I think Volibear maybe could have denied it himself, I'm not sure.
Like just look for a smite or something?
Yeah. Because it forced enemy mid to not get it.
He has no ult and no flash and Hecarim has
yeah,
ult.
true, he can't.
Okay, so what's he gonna buy? Lost Chapter, I guess? Yeah, Lost Chapter, base, run back.
And he has 4 stacks and Dark Shield, that's so broken. I think it's 20 AP already from the passive. It's like 435 gold.
Yeah, 20 AP already.
Yep.
Wow, yeah.
That's balanced.
So now if you're Caps, I guess what you want to do now is play for jungle, play for bot still. There's not much pressure in mid now that Victor has flash up and he has blue buff, so he's probably just going to sit there wave clearing under his tower. So just play around your jungle timings, right? Wherever Jankos wants to go, he just hugs that side and pushes in waves when he needs to. That's kind of it.
And he can do a lot, yeah. He can do a lot right now. Since he has permanent push.
Okay, so now Jankos is walking the river, so he probably wants to contest mid wave. Even though Victor kind of fast pushes the wave now with the E upgrade, just one-shots it basically. So here I thought Caps could use his ult a bit better. When Hecarim dives on him, I'll show you in a sec. I think he saves his ult really well. But when Reckless gets jumped on here, what he could do is place his Q to pull the Hecarim back, you know? Instead of pulling him back in that sense. He could use him to pull him away from Reckless. Whenever he needed to.
Yeah, but it's pretty hard. Hecarim was like so fast.
Yeah, and there was a blast cone, so it's really small things, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's all pretty hard. But this, yeah, everything is like normal game here. Mad went for Herald and then GTS tried to stun him in bot lane. Because Hecarim went to Herald, right?
Yeah, and he stays bot, because enemy bot lane died, I suppose. Just push out next wave and take a plate, get all the gold.
Yeah, it's so fucking fed.
Dark Seal is really, really OP, isn't it? Especially if you
I mean, right now the gold value with 8 stacks is... How high is it? It's so fucking high.
40 AP, 15 base AP, 40 health. So 55
AP
and 40
that's
health.
That's like a blasting wand, right? 40 AP.
Yeah.
Whatever the name is.
So he has a blasting wand inbuilt in his Dark Seal.
Yeah.
So he has 850 gold worth, plus 40... Oh yeah, he has 850 gold worth of gold in his Dark Seal. So technically he's like almost 6k gold right now, just because of his Dark Seal.
Yeah.
That's
853 gold.
That's crazy. Dark Seal is really broken. Farming some jungle camps. I'm sure you do the exact same.
Yeah, I love it. There's a Volibear, so Volibear doesn't really need it.
Yeah, Volibear doesn't need any more farm past me level 3. Oh, look at this, man! Oh my god, Larssen, if you had Jankos as your jungler. Does Inspire do this as well?
I mean, if he plays... I mean, right now Volibear got his item, right? So Volibear tells his mid laner to get all the camps.
So Volibear has already 6 items. So now his job is just to do the same thing he's been doing all game.
Yeah, I mean, everything is kind of coming from like the... When Humanoid agreed and stayed from Exo base and died.
So this all comes down to
like,
one mistake.
I mean, kinda, because he loses whole pressure. Like, from that point when he dies, he just hopes to scale and he can't really do anything.
So it all comes down to Humanoid not basing on the timing, getting dove, losing a level lead, losing mid prio, his bot lane gets dove.
Yeah, it's so big. I mean, Viktor can't do anything. Now it's just, shitting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Orianna can do what she wants.
Yeah, it's crazy how one mistake just snowballs into the whole lane being completely fucked. He and your team being completely fucked as well. So I think also another key goal for Caps is because he hasn't used his flash at all this game, he wants to make sure, despite when Viktor fell behind, the way that he pushes in waves, he only pushes in waves in his jungles and river, right? Because then he doesn't want to risk getting ganked by enemy support, losing his flash. The only thing he needs to do is just not make a mistake and keep the mid push. These are the only two things he needs to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, if he made a mistake or like got ganked, Viktor got a kill, the lane would be completely neutralized again, and then their whole advantage is gone. So the whole thing is just not to make a mistake. Do you think it's better to have your mage on side than having a Kai'Sa Nautilus on side? I guess if they want to play for Herald, it makes sense because he has TP.
I think it's better for him to go side, yeah. I mean, he's like so strong on side.
This guy is building Verdant Barrier. Do you think he should have bought this way earlier into the game? I don't actually know if he did.
No, I don't think so.
It's really bad as an
And
early
both
item
Seekers
now.
and Verdant, after they got nerfed, they have like really bad gold efficiency. Even when they're stacked, they're like just a little bit above gold efficiency, which doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so don't buy it.
Don't buy it. Don't buy it.
Don't buy it at all?
It's a Boris scam. Now it's fine, I think. Now it's fine. I mean, now he wants banishes anyway.
Okay, so Caps, interestingly, Caps drops top wave to be on Drake. You think that's a good thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's soul. So, I mean, top wave, that really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's soul. That makes a lot of sense.
It really doesn't matter.
I mean, he had
Completely
TP.
irrelevant.
That's why I thought maybe you could just catch the wave, because Xayah is
Yeah,
there,
but
right?
it's like unnecessary to greed for it. I think they just got control of Drake and then, yeah.
Yeah, but my only reasoning would be, first of all, they have control already, and second of all, it was Xayah pushing top.
Yeah,
so
sure.
if she wants to join the Drake, she has to run across the whole map, and it's already spawning. So Orianna could in theory just catch this wave.
I guess that's not
TP
save
worst
TP.
case, but yeah, saving TP is...
It's not even a cannon wave to catch top. So.
Yeah, it's
I
only
mean, it's just
about 200
unnecessary, I think, to greed for like one wave.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
agree.
really unnecessary.
I agree. Okay, let's do G2 versus
Pretty
Matt game
interesting.
4. Let's just watch the opposite side of the matchup, which I think could be cool.
Yeah, actually,
Where they swap
Viktor
sides.
lost both games, right?
Yeah, Viktor lost both sides. So both siding Dark Seal refillable again. They'll try and find how Caps lost this lane. Both were in a sided E in this matchup, which makes a lot of
It's
sense.
just a safe option. And I mean, it should be best to start E. But Rookie played it with Q, right? And they played it so fucking well. So
Fadius has
if
a
you're
question.
Rookie, you can start Q, I think.
If you're Rookie, you can start Q. You just have to min-max everything.
Yeah.
Why is Viktor good? Let's just start with that question. Why do people pick Viktor? If it leaks
I mean, it
too much
scales really good.
information,
It scales really good, right? And it's not even weak in lane anymore. I feel like it's pretty good in lane. Because your E, you can chunk people down and Q is very strong earlier. I mean, the weak thing is it's not that strong in fights early game, right? But it's kind of same for a lot of mages.
So you think it's a good champ?
Yeah, it's a good champ for sure.
Yeah, so it's
played
kind of like
quite
matching.
a lot around the world, right? Like LPL, SK, played quite a lot.
Yeah, it's like a match to Orianna.
But I
suppose.
think it lost like every game this week. Actually, Abu Dhabi won one game, I think, on it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it lost every game, so maybe that's why Virus doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm. People are spamming Vel'Koz. Why don't people play Vel'Koz into Orianna?
If you're one trick, it's fine. If
you're one trick Vel'Koz, it's
I
fine.
mean, you can play every champ in the game, I think.
Yeah, if you're Diplex, you can pick Vel'Koz. If you're a Froggen, you can pick Anivia. Other than that, it's Viktor.
I mean, if you're really good at something, you can always pick it, I think.
Yeah.
Like, not always, but most of the time. I think you can play a lot of things in Orianna. It's just, I mean, you can play most things, I think. It's just that the champ is quite strong.
We got Zillions in the
Or
chat
as you
and
said,
Aries.
Orianna is completely broken. But
I think Orianna is completely busted. What about Ari? And we saw Ari being picked a little bit.
I saw him playing in the solo queue, but he didn't pull it out on LEC. But I mean, it doesn't really do damage.
He did play it on LEC. He played it once.
Yeah, but then he was didn't
they
play
lost,
it more
yeah.
after that.
Most of the counters are like you're saying. Like we see like Ari's in the chat, which I think is useless. Malzahar useless. Kiana is a useless champ. Lux useless champ.
Yeah.
Vel'Koz useless champ. Ryze is also quite difficult into Orianna, I think, because of the range gap.
I mean, it's playable, but it's a bit harder when she gets some like blue buff minute 8.
Again, Irelia mid is not that useful. I think jungle
not that
comes
useful,
once
yeah.
and it's dead.
I mean, if you saw this Shaki game where they picked Irelia, she was so ahead, but she still can't like do anything.
The only good
I mean,
mid...
you can go like most meta, I think like Syndras here or Viktor, Lucian, like most things, but
yeah.
just Orianna in itself is a very strong champ.
But that's the meta right now, guys. The meta right now is Orianna, Viktor, Lucian, Tristana, Azir, Syndra, maybe a little bit of Seraphine TF in there, but that's kind of it. Zoe a little bit as well, yeah. Other than those 9 or 10, it's nothing else. Corki, yeah, a little bit. When you look at these mid laners, I think something that people don't take into account when they say, oh, just pick Serath or Vel'Koz forehead, just poke her out of lane. Well, the thing is, Viktor Orianna can actually survive ganks because they have phase rush. They're so good with phase rush. Viktor has move speed on his Q when he gets the upgrade and gravity field. Orianna has shockwave and W and shield to get away. What does Xerath and Vel'Koz have? Vel'Koz has a fucking knockback and Xerath has a fucking skill shot stun. That's it. No phase rush, no shields, no move speed buffs. That's it. Yeah, Hecarim comes at you, Volibear comes at you, Udyr. These champs are just dead. There's nothing they can do. Plus, they lose lane as well.
Playing like that is not healthy, you know, like playing just at your tower and not doing anything and just hoping to scale. It's not like...
Yeah.
It's not how you should play the game. It works in solo queue and like in national leagues. I think this playstyle is not too bad because scaling I think is better in national leagues. But in LEC, I mean, when you just play to scale, you're just gonna be on back foot and every team is snowball, and it feels really hard to play.
Yeah, so playing like Seraphine, Zerat, Vel'Koz, Ziggs, and standing on your tower and farming. If you watch any of these one tricks in mid, all they will do is stand on their tower, spam emotes, write to their team, read a book, watch a series, and then at 20 minutes they might carry the game. But the problem is, while you're watching your series, going to university, having kids, making coffee, the enemy mid jungle has taken Drake. They've taken 2 Drakes, your side lane towers are down, and you've lost Herald. And now Herald's coming into your lane. So now you have to grow up with your kids in university and have babies on your tier 2 because Herald took your mid tower down. And now you have 2 items, but you've already lost 5k gold deficit. So the game's already over. That's the problem with these champs that are fucking poke champs and scaling champs. That's why these mages are good, because they can contest 1v1s. And they can contest 2v2s as well, like Viktor Volibear. Volibear stuns, Viktor puts W down, gravity field, all that shit. It's a lot of damage. Mid jungle needs push and contesting, right?
Good analysis.
Was that a good analogy?
Good analysis, yeah.
So now, Humanoid Caps, same matchup, just swapped. Okay, so Caps has the push. It looks like the trades are a lot more aggressive in this lane.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think by the looks of it, Viktor is the one who decides when to trade, I guess, because if Viktor walks up, that's when the trade happens.
I mean, in early game.
So it just looks like Caps.
But then when Orianna gets some levels, then she can usually decide.
So it looks like Caps' Viktor is way more aggressive than Humanoids, because I think there was no trading in the early game.
I think Caps, when they played Orianna, respected a bit more, like just we're farming more. Humanoid kinda handshake the trades, I think, a bit in this lane.
Okay, so Humanoids, I think Humanoids should not be trading this aggressively. He should just be chilling a little bit more.
I mean, he should be chilling a bit more, yeah, because he is not gonna win trades early.
Okay, so being a little further back, respecting the range, and just using your Q a lot more. Because now he has the base on a bounce, and he's gonna have to be back, so... Caps again...
And already now he lost like 4 minions already.
Yeah, and Caps
and
again...
now Caps should be able to get a better base, I think.
Yeah, because even last game, Caps was the one who didn't... Like, Humanoid was the one who based and TP'd first, in both times now. Which I think
last time he did it because they were contesting Crab, I think.
Yeah, but I feel like if you are the one to base and TP first, you're just naturally losing in a way, unless you're contesting something. So like if Crab was up right now, obviously Humanoid would be favored and it's worth it. But in just pure 1v1, whoever TPs back first loses. And as long as Caps is
unless
like 10%
he can push
HP.
out again and then just take a base again.
True, that's true.
So like now maybe he can stack with next wave and then just take a base again, you know?
Yeah, that's very true. So Humanoid will have to base again if he wants to keep up the even items in the lane.
Yeah.
Or if, for example, his jungle could dive mid now, then he'd be a really good spot.
I guess it actually would be possible if Udyr was here, maybe. It's so risky.
Yeah, I think Caps would just flash away and that'll be the end of it.
Yeah, and then Udyr is not farming, which sucks for him.
Yeah, like you said, Humanoid base.
And there's like also 5
Caps.
Humanoid, right?
Yeah.
That he based early, because now we're just base anyway. So.
Really good base by Humanoid, right?
Yeah. I mean, now Humanoid is very happy if you look at its items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now we should be favored to win the lane, I think. For sure.
Good thing that Udyr didn't see the pink. So Caps playing really aggressively. Wow, he's
but it's like normal, so right, with support and Young when Young is around.
He used ult, he got Humanoid to basically 20%, 10-15%. So Caps, I would say in the first 6 minutes of the lane, both sides Caps is winning.
Yeah, played better, yeah, both sides.
Would you agree? Yeah.
And Humanoid should obviously not get chunked here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, wasn't Disaster coming in now?
Yeah, it's a horror. Oh, it's an absolute shitfest.
Let's go, man.
From winning lane to now game's over. If Humanoid gets the kill, it's ult F4 season. Oh, you hate to see it. And your mid wave's probably bouncing, right? Yeah. So
now it's kind of same as last game. Now it's like it's same story. Now Orianna will push all the time and yeah. I mean, he's not as unhappy as Humanoid was last game because Humanoid actually got dove and lost like a few waves. 1.5 years or something.
Yeah, I think people need to realize in competitive, it's all about having either... It's all about the balance, right? You have a strong early game and a decent mid game and fall off late game. Or you have a kind of weak early game, a strong mid game and a decent late game. You need like 2 out of 3 in most cases. Whereas Pantheon is just strong early game and that's kind of it unless he's ahead.
I mean, if you're like strong throughout the whole game, that's like the perfect chance for competitive. Chance for competitive.
Yeah,
I would say like Azir before he got nerfed was pretty OP at like every point of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so every mage is basically...
But now he got nerfed, so his early game is not very strong anymore. And that like... How it should be. Like Azir, I think was completely broken before because he was strong at every point of the game. Now it's like the normal. Yeah, Orianna pushes, roams, and yeah, just takes over the map.
So now this mid matchup is just there's really nothing in it. Oh.
Yeah, I mean now Orianna will do what she wants, right?
Yeah, Caps no flash, rip. But he's so out of it, isn't he? What's he supposed to do now? Just push in waves and just pray to...
At least he didn't like buy any other item, so he'll get his first item pretty fast anyway. Because he started with Dark Seal and refillable, so he kinda didn't waste any gold on any other item, then get the first item, so it's not too bad, I guess.
Yeah, there's really not much to do. Just sit there and wave clear, farm some creeps.
Yep. It's really, really sad to play.
Farming
play like
camel
this,
camps. Yeah, so this Victor went Ludens this time. You think this is just naturally better on Victor?
I mean, unless enemy has a lot of tanks, right?
Yeah.
Like full tanks. That actually makes the HP... You get like 12.5% more damage, I think.
Uh-huh.
So unless they're like full tanks, then I think it's fine.
Yeah,
When
makes sense.
Humanoid went it, they didn't really have any full tanks. So.
But I would say Caps is actually playing the game pretty well. With what
Yeah,
he's
playing pretty well, yeah.
He's farmed bot, he's farmed top, he's farmed mid. He's been where he needed to be. Where his team makes a play on one side, he's always covering the other side to clear, right?
He just got into this game with the crab fight.
Yeah, he got a bit into this game.
He like had prior mid and was winning mid, but...
Yeah, but again, one mistake and you're so far behind this matchup, you're just fucked. A lot of players with tunnel vision on going back to mid. I'm talking like low elo solo queue players right now, from like Iron to High Diamond. They will just tunnel vision going back on mid, never really go to side lanes, and they will never really identify where to be at the right time. And I think that's what a lot of pro mids know what to do, right? If their team's 4-man diving top and enemy team's running bot side, then just go mid, for example. Or if there's 2 people in either lane, just TP bot and just keep up the resources.
But Orianna is like gig OP at this point.
Yeah, she's got her 2 items again.
It's like same as last game.
It's the same as last game. It's the same story. One mistake and Victor is fucked, basically.